All right, Stay Spiritual team. In this reaction video, we're going to take a look at a lesson from Alan Watts. Young Alan Watts. Black and white Alan Watts.
Yes. He's super young looking in this
Here we go.
Life is not really a contest to make yes triumph over no, to make the positive triumph over the negative. The two sides go together. And then one sees, in this strange way, that underlying all that is negative in the world, all that is in a way painful and evil, there is a kind of necessity to it. It goes with the good. It is necessary for the good. Disorder is necessary for the manifestation of order, just as you must have, say, a black background to show up a light figure. And then when one sees that, a profound transformation takes place in one's attitude to the world. That is to say, instead of looking upon life as a contest, it becomes a dance, it becomes a game. One doesn't withdraw from it, one doesn't stop living, but one goes into the game so that these revolving fishes are no longer trying to eat each other, but they're just going around dancing, having the biggest fun in the world.
You know, it's interesting that some of these concepts, you know, like relatively from the time we're in now, this looks like it's way back in, who knows, the 50s or 60s or something.
Yeah.
And it's amazing that, you know, a kind of a pretty famous figure like Alan Watts was saying this profound stuff back then, and that we still seem to lose sight of this stuff. I mean, really, some of these truths are like ancient.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Like, why can't we seem to take that a little more seriously? You know, that we shouldn't be so quick to try to like tamp out what we think is bad, but instead understand it as a bit of an interplay between what we classify as good and bad.
As a necessity, this is almost a thing that could, like, if we could collectively understand this better and better, it could almost heal much of our planet, a lot of our social structures and stuff like that. Think about it. Just think about like the way like left wing and conservatives, they fight each other and they battle each other. They always see it as like something they need to stomp out, and they don't see it as like almost like a yin to the yang, like it's necessary that you exist. Is that like?
But the lesson is always for the individual, so it would more be like, why can't these two groups see it when so you're like trying to explain this to them and they're like, no. And for you to be like, okay, no. You know, like instead your own self.
Like internally trying to like embody and just
understanding that sometimes it's whatever the answer is from the person you're talking to.
Yeah.
That's the other side of it.
Well, sometimes it's not like it's not the first time I've heard this type of a thing said before. And it's good because I feel like it's been programmed a little into my system. When things, you probably notice it too, when things get really difficult, you recall things like this sometimes. Like you'll be sitting there and you're, you know, maybe you're mad about some injustice. And then you remember like, oh, it's all part of the dance. Even though my body is revolting against this pain. Yeah. You know,
well, the ego's real strong. Recently I was like meditating on this very thing. Yeah. Trying to like see that, oh man, there's always a little bit of yin in every yang and a little bit of yin in every yin. There's a little bit of a catch to all these situations, and there's this balance, and trying to accept that and accept as much as I could, and then feeling involuntarily frustrated by it, like no, like a strong energy of like no, there's a way to be right. There's a such thing as proper action, and so go ahead and try it. Accept the shit out of things. You know, sometimes your body will. I've said it before. If somebody's jabbing you with a hot poker, you're gonna like involuntarily.
You'll fight it.
Away.
It's not. It feels sometimes like it doesn't matter. Like you might have like your enlightening moment. Yeah. But you'll be sucked back into reality, and you know you'll have to learn that lesson again, and you'll fight it, and you'll learn the lesson, and you'll okay, and then I'll just let it see what happens, and then you'll be like no, and then you'll.
Yeah. Truth sets us free, and sometimes it puts us in shackles, and it's interesting. Sometimes there'll be like a wise master that gets real honest about something, and you're like, I don't know if it would be better for you to keep that shit to yourself. They'll be like, all right, everybody, I've been really struggling with this, and you're like, I thought you were light years ahead of that. You're still struggling with that, you know? Yeah. And so, boy, but just try that on for size, I guess, you know?
Yeah. Give it a go, folks.
Yeah.
And let us know what you think about what Alan Watts had to say, or young Alan Watts.
Yeah.
And if you liked this reaction video, don't forget to hit the like, subscribe, share with a friend, and everybody until next time, stay spiritual.